Jake Fennell. I'm Zach Austin. We are joined by the man himself, the legend, Rhett Needert. How are you, bud?
I'm good. How are you?
Oh, not too bad. For the ones that don't know you, let's go ahead and introduce yourself, your number, position.
My name's Rhett Needert. We're number 10, and I play. I play pretty much
I
everywhere.
was going to say, you're just kind of everywhere, man.
Play A back, a backup quarterback, and then also play safety on defense.
Yeah. Which one of all those positions is your favorite?
I don't even know. I guess last week was A back.
Yeah, yeah.
Got a lot of touches.
I was going to say, you had like 90 yards, 6 carries. Just in the first half.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty wild,
Yeah.
huh? What's it like? Is there much of a difference going from A-back to quarterback, or does that help you a lot?
So in the beginning, there was like a huge difference, but ever since really the Paris game, quarterback in my mind it was always like quarterback has a ton of control.
Yeah.
You know, obviously commanding the offense, and really as of last game, like I felt like at A back, I was doing the same thing, helping command the offense,
Right.
helping not only get the plays out but get everyone lined up, and yeah.
Yeah.
So in the beginning probably, but not too much anymore.
Right. So a little bit about you. Why number 10? Is there a significance to it, or that's just a number you picked?
My mom, she wore number 10. My brother wore number 10. Mainly my cousin. My grandpa used to come and check me out at games back when I went to magazine.
Yeah.
Watch his baseball games, and he's always number 10.
Yeah.
So, man, the number just stuck with me.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I always like finding out why guys choose certain numbers.
Mhm.
Whether it's dad, grandpa, uncles, wore it. Like I'm gonna carry on the tradition, and stuff like that I find pretty cool.
Yeah.
So we'll kind of jump into last week. You guys played Hackett. Wound up winning. It was 42-6, I believe.
Mhm.
Had that last touchdown to Shelton. I think Shelton wound up scoring.
Oh yeah.
I had it called back, but we was just talking a minute ago. That first quarter was 14-6. Hackett really come out like first 2-3 series. I mean, on fire, kind of clicking. It seemed like scored on 2 plays. Just walk me through all that real quick.
Yeah, I mean, we came out and we scored first possession.
Yep.
Which obviously that's what you want to do in the very beginning, set the tone kinda. And then I mean, obviously we didn't want to give it up. We got punched right back, right in
Right.
the face. And coach got on to us a little bit. He said, "What are you doing?"
Yeah.
We kind of locked in from there. Second possession, they started driving a little bit, but we stopped them. We got a big stop. After that, I feel like we just kind of controlled the whole game.
Yeah.
It's not like they had very much after that.
No, they really
And
didn't.
I mean, once you really get a hold of the momentum, especially in conference games, and big time when you play away, you got to get that momentum. And once you get that, you pretty much win the game.
Right. Yeah. Kind of like you said, y'all took control of it, and just after that, they really didn't do just a whole lot. Not to dog them or anything. That's just stating the facts. They all just kind of took control and took over. But really feel like there's a lot of big hits.
Yeah.
A lot of big hits in that game, and I think that and the physicality of you guys has kind of helped us kind of take over. You think so?
Well, 100%. There's a little bit talking on both sides,
Right.
really. I had that one kid get thrown out.
Yeah.
Their coach about got thrown out. Yeah, definitely talking from both sides. Probably had something to do with it.
Right.
The one that I remember, is Seth's big hit on the quarterback.
Yes.
And then Dakota's big hit on the hitch, which, I mean, that was great. You love to see it. Obviously not great for the kid.
Right.
Hopefully he's okay.
Yeah.
But for a momentum standpoint, that was definitely great. And both of them did really good jobs on getting to those guys.
Yeah, they really did. Those two, we was talking up there, like, all right, those two are definitely like the top 2 Black Dog hits of the games,
Oh, yeah.
And it's like, dude, I just can't believe.
Same game.
Yeah, same
Yeah.
game. And then, you always have, at least one good hit, sometimes 2, but like those 2 are like, I mean, that's pretty sweet.
Those were both really good.
Yeah. So defense kept the Hornets to under 100 yards in the first quarter, or I say first quarter, sorry, first half, excuse me. Last three games, really, since Paris, we've kept the opponents under 100 yards in the first half. And I was trying to look at some stats before I come over here. Y'all, if I'm not mistaken, have had over 300 yards in the last 3 games in the first half. So, what's that like, being able to just kind of take control, run what you want to run, and then just stomp, and kind of like Hunter said last week, just demoralize the other team?
Yeah, it's big time. Just really saying I'm gonna beat you to the guy in front of you. I'm gonna be better than you.
Yeah,
And Poto and Ozark, both of those teams, really good teams. They'll both make a good run.
right.
In their respective divisions. But like these other teams, definitely like beating them right away
Yeah,
is 100% big time, especially on defense. I think because if you can't score, you can't win. Ozark, we definitely had a bad half, but really after that halftime, we came alive. I think that we were just better shape
Yeah.
for that. Yeah, other than that though, other than those 2 games, like you said, we've just came out and dominated really,
Yeah.
except for first quarter Hackett.
yeah. Except for that, yeah, yeah. A little nervous there. I thought we was gonna have another 75-40. 46 game. I was like, oh boy, this is gonna be a shootout again.
I didn't think Coach Combs was not gonna let that happen.
Right. So that's 3 weeks in a row. You got to see the backup guys, kind of go in and play. What's that like from you, for your perspective, so to speak?
It's awesome, just hyping them up and getting them ready. You just love to see it, really. Like Chase's big run.
Yeah.
I mean, you just love to see things like that. Like he just looked so much faster and more prepared than everyone else, and
Right.
that's what you love to see. And I also like to see like the growth from the Paris game
Yes.
to last night, where really, it's just night and day difference
Right.
on and just how much the offense just alone has improved.
I was gonna say and you can see from the Paris game. There's a lot of fumbles, a lot of kind of miscues, and I was really impressed. Hackett game they just moving the ball, doing kind of what they wanted to a certain extent, and I think that just kind of speaks volume of them, the guys putting in the work, and y'all kind of help preparing them as well.
100%. They work almost, just as hard
Yeah.
as we do, and it's just great to see them be able to go in and get
Right.
reps like that.
We'll dive into this week, and then we'll ask you some more questions. What can you tell us about Greenland? I know they got a quarterback that's pretty good, and some receivers, but what can we expect from them?
Yeah, their quarterback's really good. Their offense is, I think, really good. We really just have to stop the pass, and contain that quarterback. He don't like to run. He don't like to scramble.
Right.
He really just wants to sling it, and he does a really good job at that. Defensively, like we've been doing, we should dominate them on us on offense.
Right.
But yeah, their offense is really good.
Yeah. Can we see at more of the A-back, since had a pretty good performance last week, or just kind of feel like you're a Swiss Army knife or a utility knife, so to speak? You can just plug in wherever, and you're just gonna kind of take off and just go.
Yeah, I hope so. Lentz, I don't know how much he's gonna play with his injury.
Right.
But I do. Yeah, I think I'll be at A-back again for this week at least. And yeah, we'll see going from there.
Yeah. So kind of walk us through your Fridays, Rhett. You got a go-to meal or anything? Maybe some music you'll just
Oh yeah.
get down to, or what?
So morning we got breakfast. Very thankful for those.
Yeah.
That really just gets your mind right. I always listen to. Really, I listen to slow music.
Yeah.
Country mainly the whole time. Go to your classes that unfortunately we have to go to.
Right.
And then I go home, try and get a nap, eat some chicken, and I don't know, listen to more country music.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then about 30 minutes before the game, that's coming back from warm-ups. That's when you get something more pumped up,
Yeah.
getting you ready to go,
Yeah.
start locking in.
Right. What is your favorite game at Bearcat Stadium? And what is it like playing at Bearcat Stadium as well?
Bearcat Stadium is absolutely crazy. There's nothing else like it. I haven't seen anything else like that. It's just absolutely insane. Favorite game, 100% Glen Rose last year.
Yeah.
They were great. That was a great team. They talked a lot of that was bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
But the atmosphere was unlike anything I've ever been a part of. It was just insane. It's like you could feel the chants, the fans. It's like they're on the field with you.
Right.
And they 100% gave us an advantage in that game, I believe.
Yeah. Yeah, I believe so. I mean that was a game.
Hmm.
Speaking of all the talking and stuff, what is it like? Maybe explain to the people that maybe never played or anything. What is it like when you got all that jawing going on out there on the field?
I, for the most part, try to stay out of it.
Yeah, yeah,
But yeah, it's sometimes you got to break it up. Sometimes you let it go,
yeah,
and I mean it definitely leads to you know extracurriculars,
right.
and then pretty hard hits like we saw last week.
Yeah, yeah.
Which I mean it's all part of football, and I mean you love to see that honestly.
Oh yeah.
But yeah.
Couple more questions, then we'll get you out of here, man. So, what do you like to do outside of football, outside of school? What is Rhett? I mean, just hang out, ride, or what?
Baseball. Play a lot of baseball. Actually played in the league. I don't know if Coach Curley knows that, but played in the league not too long ago. It just finished up. I do a lot of that, hanging out with family, going watching like basketball, volleyball, just whatever,
Yeah.
watching sports, hanging out with my friends, stuff like that.
Right. What do you plan on doing after high school? Maybe play at the next level or just school?
I don't even know. I've been torn. I've been, both.
Right.
Um, but I do think I want to do something with like sports medicine, maybe
Yeah.
a physical therapist, maybe like I don't know, team doctor, something
Yeah.
like that.
Oh, that'd be pretty sweet.
Hmm.
And then two more questions. We'll get you out of here. Is there a place away from Bearcat Stadium that you've maybe just the atmosphere or just how the backdrop and everything looked that you like playing at?
Nothing compares to Bearcat Stadium.
Yeah, I agree.
And I don't think I can give. I don't think I can say yes.
I like it. I
don't
like
think
it.
I can.
Yeah,
I don't think I can answer that question honestly and say yes.
Yeah.
So, no.
good. I like that. Last one. Always try to end with this. What's something you could tell a kid, whether a little bitty kid in 7th grade, elementary school, they want to be a Bearcat someday? What's some advice you would give them?
Just keep working hard. That's the number one thing. Best is a standard that's posted all the way around here.
Yeah,
You see stuff like that all the time. 100% is you have to put in hard work to be great. And, a lot of our athletes do that, and I feel like our coaches coach you to be great. But you can't just do stuff here. You have to do stuff on your own,
Right.
whether that's take lessons, get in the gym, stuff like that.
right. I like that. And the best is standard. That's doing the best you can every single play, every single drive, right?
Mhm.
Whether the sport, whatever it might be, right? Baseball, softball, football.
Yeah, like Coach says, like he says all the time, you take one play off, that's the game.
Yeah.
Like no plays off. You got to go 100% every time.
Nice. I like it. Well, Rhett, you got anything else you want to add in there, man?
No, I don't
No.
think so.
All right. Hey, appreciate it, bud. Good luck this week.
Thank you.
Well, and we're back here, ladies and gentlemen, for Mr. Isaac Brown, Jake Fennell. I'm Zach Austin. Week 6. Coach Curley, how you doing?
Good, man. Flying by, ain't it?
Boy, howdy it is. It's a little cooler this week, or at least right now, anyways.
Yeah. This morning was nice.
It was. It really was. Getting closer to that deer season and playoff weather.
You betcha, man. Ready for that.
Oh, I agree. How are things going, Coach? From the start of the season to now, how's it feel?
Good, man. I feel like we're getting better every week. Kind of got hit with the injury bug there for 5 or 6 kids, and
Yeah.
I don't know, a real close time frame there, and most of those guys are getting back to healthy, so it's good to have, not all of them are starters, but when it comes
Right.
to scout team and getting things out of practice that you need to get, it's good to have those guys back, and we're about to have all of them back, I think, so that's good. It's been a couple of weeks. We've had 5 or 6 guys down, and but we'll get them back and be ready to go.
Yeah, I was going to say, notice you've had, a handful of guys out here and there, but been really impressed with some of the guys that, been able to step up due to whether it's rotating in and out or starting. But, like talking to Rhett, got to play at A-back, which he's rotated, in and out some.
Yeah.
Shelton did good on defense as well as some other guys. But
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty good, those guys stepping up and doing real good.
Yeah, they've worked really hard, and we don't feel like we miss anything when those guys are there. And Rick is pretty much a starter for us on offense
Right.
anyway. He does a great job, knows what to do, playing the quarterback position. He responsible for knowing what everybody does, and he does a tremendous job. And wish you had a whole team of guys like that. You know,
Right.
he's a great leader, great kid, and just does what he's asked to do and does it the best he can, and that's all you can ask for.
Yeah, it really can. Hear nothing really but good things about Rhett. You know, that's
Yeah,
that's pretty good.
he's a sneaky little sucker sometimes.
Yeah. I don't blame him there.
Yeah.
So last week, wound up winning 42 to 6, but like talking to Rhett, you know, in the first quarter it's 14-6. They scored on two plays there. Let's kind of walk me through that real quick, Coach. What was that?
Yeah, that's you know, you watch football long enough. It don't matter if number one team in college football's play whoever. You know, every once in a while some plays are going to happen.
Yeah.
It's just football, you know, and especially when you got an athlete like they had at quarterback.
Oh, yes. Yep.
We had him, you know, tackled. 4 or 5 guys had him wrapped up, and he just broke the tackle, and there he went. And, we fixed that. You know, we're not going to score fast by any means, so when we do get possessions, we try to, you know, take advantage of them and not make mistakes. And we didn't do that Friday night. We scored, I think, about every time we had it. And it was good to see offensively, and then defensively, you know, played well. Just gave up a couple runs in the middle, and it was just missed tackles. We had guys where they needed to be, but nothing really you can do. You know, fixing it, you know, whatever. You just got to make plays. And we just didn't make plays on that touchdown run, and after that, settled in, and everything went like we thought it would.
Yeah. You know, y'all had talked last week about his speed, and you said he's really kind of a track guy.
Mm-hmm.
And when he took off and just burst out of there, I'm like, holy cow!
Yeah, he's a good player, man. He, you know, he can make things happen. He's probably a better, you know, receiver is where his natural position is, but just from, I guess, not having a quarterback or whatever it may be, he's done a really good job of that. And you know, he gets loose. He's just as fast as anybody around.
Yeah. We talked last week about Cutler Haller getting that interception. He got his touchdown last week, or jumped on it in the end zone there. He was pretty excited about that.
Very excited. He let everybody know about it. Too. It's good to see those big guys score, man.
Yeah.
They don't get a chance to do that very often. And just like the interception, you could hear him screaming from 30 yards away when he's in the end zone. You could hear him. He was excited, so it was good to see.
Definitely good to see. So he's got an interception. He's got a fumble recovery for a touchdown. We're going to see him in the backfield, Coach, behind center.
No, we do have I don't know. We have a little thing for him if the time's right one day. So we'll see. He's a good kid. He works hard, and he's done a really good job coming in here for us on both sides of the ball, and plays hard every play, and you know that's all you can ask for.
Yeah, it really is. Like you said, y'all guys just kind of went on from there. You know, Hackett had real good momentum. Just the first 3 series, you know, just did, you know, moved good, and then just you guys just kind of like buckled down and just kind of like you said, kind of just took over.
Yeah.
Only allowed, I think it was around 77, 80 yards in the first half. Y'all had over 300. Thought that was pretty good, you know, rotating, have different guys in on defense, whether it's Green on the end and just some different guys like that. I was talking, you know, we was talking to Rhett. I feel like there's a lot of big hits in this game.
Yeah.
What do you think contributed to that? It's just one of them games, or
that I think you know, it's like that in practice. We're not like a lot of other schools. You know, it's pretty physical out here in practice.
Yeah.
And, you know, those guys they get ready to hit somebody else. You know, I think some of the kids from Hackett may have had something to do with that, with some of the stuff they were saying and doing. So, you know, and our kids, I guess, maybe took it out on them a little bit. But yeah, it was a physical game, and you know, it's good to see that translate from practice to a game, and just got to be better tacklers. But as far as the physicality goes, it was definitely there.
Yeah. Again, come out in the second half, and this is your second group of guys, and you can see the growth in them. You know, people's always talking about, well, they can't hold on the ball, they're fumbling it, but you can see it. So if we're going to talk about it when it's bad, we're going to talk about it when it's good. Really impressed with the transition and the growth they've made from, you know, a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, we worked hard on that in practice, and those guys have done a good job, and they continue to do good things in practice, translating that over into games, and still, here and there have somebody go the wrong way or put the ball on the ground, which is to be expected, I guess. But
Right.
they get a lot of work, and they go against those guys. On the scout team, they're going against our ones, and if I feel like if they can go against those guys, it's just going to continually make them better. And yeah, you can definitely see that. And hopefully they get several more opportunities to play the rest of the year.
Right. Hopefully so. And this week travel all the way up to Greenland and face them. Right now, us and Lavaca and Mansfield sitting at 2-0 at top of the conference right now. So still got some other things to be settled, but Greenland's got a pretty good quarterback, decent amount receiving core with him, and offense does pretty good. What can we expect from them this week?
Yeah, that quarterback's really good. He's a younger kid, but he likes to throw the deep ball, and he's got some receivers that'll go catch it. So we just got to do a good job on the back end of covering him up, not getting where we're panicking. If somebody gets behind us, just recover and do what they're coached to do. And then D-line's just got to pressure him. I think if we pressure him, we can force him into bad throws and try to hit him some. So if they just keep playing like they've been playing and get the ball in our offense's hands, I think we'll be okay.
As far as offensive go, I think we can just kind of expect, what we've been expecting and everything. Been really, impressed. The guys just rotating in and out. And I know I say it every week, but, some schools it's like, well, he's getting more carries than me. He's getting the bulk of it than why am. But I feel like last week we finally had a guy that went over 300 yards this season. Total rushing yards.
Crazy, yeah.
So, I mean, what's that like just to have guys like, all right, he's getting the ball, I'm going to block for him this play?
Yeah, I think that just speaks to the character of those kids in the locker room in there. I don't think any of them cares who carries it.
Right.
Our leading ball carrier in the game right now is probably 9 or 10 touches a game. And, with Dax and Ryland, that's been 30-plus carries a game. Or, when we had Randon, it was 30-plus carries a game. And, we got a good rotation at fullback with Damari and Hunter, and we got 3 or 4 guys at halfback we can throw in there, and then Jace can carry it when he needs to. So it makes it fun to watch, and I think it makes us a little more dangerous. You can't just key in on that one guy. You got 4 or 5 guys that can tote it, and we got to find a way to get Dakota the ball more. He's very explosive, and we've been working on some things for him. So I think 7, 8 guys touching the ball and spread out, fairly well. I think this time last year Dax probably had 1,200 yards.
Yeah,
I don't know really.
I think he was around that mark.
But, we have a guy that's finally to 300. So
yeah.
But those guys don't care. They just want to win games, and that's what we want them. That's what we want their mentality to be.
Right. Yeah, that's a good mentality to have. As far as speaking of mentality, is it any difference getting them guys ready for an away game than it is a home game, or we're just going to same old?
I think these guys actually look forward to playing on the road. I think some teams play better on the road.
Right.
2 years ago when we traveled all over the state for the playoffs, I felt like that team was mature and handled it well and had 18, 19 seniors. And I think they like playing on the road. Of course, they want to play here in front of all our home crowd. But, some teams it's a little bit different. But this one's, this team's growing up and maturing, and I think they handle it just as they should, and don't take anybody lightly. And we've got this one, and then I think West Fork at home, and then we go to Mansfield, so that's going to be a tough task. But we'll hope to get better the next 2 weeks and see what we can do.
Yeah, hopefully so. Conference is really starting to, I say, wind down. Really, kind of just funnel down to who's going to be towards the top, who's going to get that 1 seed, the 2 seed, and definitely need the crowd showing up, whether it's home or away.
Yeah, for sure.
Speaking of conference, I think looking at Hooten's, we've got 3 teams in the top 10, if I'm not mistaken. Mansfield and Charleston. The 3A3, I think they've got 3 or 4 teams. What's it like this year in the 3A, maybe compared to what you've seen in past years?
Yeah, I think it's as tough as it's ever been. Obviously, I feel like Mansfield's the top. I really feel like they're a top, 1, 2, 3 team in the state. I think they can beat anybody. I think as far as the 3A goes, it's you know, with Rivercrest bumping down and McGee
Right.
bumping down and Dumas bumping down, and you know, Bismarck's got a really good team. Prescott's always got a good team. Newport. I mean, I really think top to bottom, you know, I think there's probably 10 teams, you know, 10, 11 teams that could
Right.
win it. I really do. In most years, you know, I feel like it's 3 or 4 teams that
Yeah.
can win it. So, yeah, I think it's going to be extremely tough to get back there. But, you know, that's why we're doing what we're doing, trying to get ready and trying to get back. So, won't be easy, but we're going to give it a shot.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah. Always work hard and push towards that. And
That's right.
Definitely, guys are doing that. Um, what's it like, Coach? You've been here, what, about 8 years now, or that's counting in your assistant years?
Oh,
Or has it
no,
been longer than that? 'Cause
Longer than that, yeah. I've
you
been,
counting when you were
it's
student
my-
teaching when we was in school.
I think 15 student teaching, 14 actually coaching.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Been a while.
What have you learned, and what's changed since you've started your coaching career?
Oh man, learned that you know, being head coach in the last 5 years, I've learned that you know, there's a lot more to this than you think going into it.
Yeah.
You get a lot of stuff to do. You know, not just with the football team, but outside of football in the community, stuff like that. There's a ton of things that go with that, and you know, as an assistant, you were just trying to get, you know, if you're the offense coordinator, get the game plan ready or whatever. Now you're worried about every kid 7 through 12,
Right.
you know, and if there's an injury, you're going out to see them at the hospital, or you know, always in contact with kids talking to you back and forth, just asking questions. So I think the biggest thing I've learned is, you know, every day you never know what's going to happen. You
Right.
know, you could have, you know, we had a kid Sunday in a car wreck. You know,
Yeah.
Connor was in the car wreck, and just you never know. And that's the thing. You just try to surround yourself with good people and do things the right way. And I think the kids see that kind of stuff, and it kind of reflects off on them.
Right.
So that's one of the things I think we try to do here is do things the right way, work hard, and bleeds over into, you know, 7 through 12. So
Yeah.
I think that's been a big deal.
Yeah, I think so. And what's it like, especially during football season? Emily, your wife, messaged me during the game. Baker wanted to do a shout out to you and to the team.
Yeah, I heard.
What's that like for them? And I know they're excited for you and stuff, but what's it like having them in your corner as well? You know, feel like you got, like you said, just a good group of people around you, your family and friends.
Right.
Just what's that like to really have them two back there in your back corner, just always there with you and for you?
Yeah, it means everything, you know, that you, for, you know, the season lasts hopefully 15 weeks, and but the actual season, you know, starts in August. It's more like a 21, 22 week deal, and
Right.
you know, for that part of the year, it's not always easy on, you know, families, and I mean that goes with any job, you know,
Right.
people working and doing whatever, you're gone or traveling or whatever it is, but you know, it's hard to sometimes balance, you know, these kids up here and caring about them and doing what you need to for them, and then shutting that off, you know, when you get home. And they do a tremendous job of, you know, just supporting me and being there, and always, you know, doing whatever they can to help. And yeah, they cheer their butts off. So,
Yeah.
you know, sitting at home, I get off the field and get to my phone, and Baker's text me, you know, number 67's, you know, just this and that.
Yeah.
So it's fun. They're great, and couldn't do it without them.
Right. Can we expect Baker to follow in your footsteps then, Coach?
I don't know, man. She's ornery.
Yeah.
She's a big like softball, so I
Yeah.
think that's kind of gonna be her thing. I hope. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
A couple more questions, then we'll get you out of here. Didn't mean really to get real personal today, but what do you like to do? I mean, I just think it's kind of good for people to see you. You know, what do you do outside of work, Doc?
Man,
Coach?
during football season, I love watching football, and it probably drives my wife crazy. But I like to do that. I like to deer hunt and crappie fish, and golf a little bit during the summer. Don't golf as much as I used to, but as soon as football's over, we usually start doing a lot of fishing. You know.
Yeah.
And that's one thing I really like to do and get out and do. And get away sometimes, and then that's been probably other than what I do here and family and stuff, going fishing is probably my favorite thing to do, I guess.
Right.
Yeah.
This will be the last question. We'll get you out of here. Coach, is there anything that you want to leave with anybody, whether it's a kid or an adult, that maybe it helped you growing up, maybe some advice someone's gave you over the years, or something you can give to the community?
Yeah, I think just don't worry about what other people think about you or say about you, or just be who you are, and don't try to be somebody you're not. Don't try to please people. Just try to do the best job you can do, whatever you're doing, whether you're in school or at work. And if you're doing the best you can do, then you don't need to worry about everything else. And just be a great person and try to do your best everything you do. And you do that, usually things take care of themselves.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that's really about all we got for you, Coach.
All right,
unless you got anything else you want to add in, throw
No,
in.
man, I'm good. Need that cooler weather to stay here.
We definitely do.
This morning was great.
It was awesome. Walked out the door to go to work, and I'm like, oh boy.
Yeah, I had a hoodie on this morning the first time, so it felt nice.
Definitely looking forward to that cooler weather. You folks come out and support these guys. We'll be at Greenland. Hey, it's not too far of a trip.
Not want to bring a lawn chair.
I was going to say, either you want to stand or bring you a seat.
Yeah,
So
that's right.
come out and support these guys. 7 o'clock up there at Pirate Stadium. For all these guys here, Jake Fennell, Isaac Brown, I'm Zach Austin, Coach Curley. Appreciate it,
Thanks,
sir.
man. Appreciate you.
We'll see you folks next time.